Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brushes and Bunnies, and in this episode of the Sketchbook Diaries, I'm going to be doing a watercolor speed paint while talking about a topic that's a little bit emotional for me. Before we get started, however, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos, as well as my Instagram and Facebook for regular postings of my art. To be honest with you guys, I don't really know how to start this sort of topic. I actually don't really know how to start the video in general. All I know is that this feeling that I have is something that comes and goes on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. It's sort of like a roller coaster. And it's a bit hard to describe the feeling. I think the easiest way to say it would be, just like the general feelings of not progressing fast enough, wanting to achieve everything but not able to due to time constrictions, due to work constrictions, due to life constrictions in general. And having an overall vision of what you want to achieve in your sort of art goals, but not really being able to grasp it and not being able to progress as fast as you wish. I don't really know what this feeling is called, and I don't even know if there's a word in the English language that describes it. But I figured I would create a video and talk about the topic of for those of you guys who are wanting to get better, how can you achieve this and how can you stop pressuring yourself and also, stop thinking so negatively about the work that you're doing now. So for the past few weeks, ever since we welcomed the new year of 2018, I walked into this new year with a huge ambition that I wanted to create, and I wanted to improve myself, and I wanted to be better than ever. And I was so I was just so ambitious, and I had such good feelings, and within a week or two, everything just crashed. And I think it's one of those regular normal things that happen to us artists where we get into these feelings where things are just not going great. No matter what you're drawing, everything looks really bad, and you're getting frustrated, and you're frustrated at yourself for not being able to draw the things you want to draw, and you're frustrated at the level of your skill. And I think this comes across to multiple different levels of artists, whether you're a beginner, especially if you're a beginner, or if you're more advanced. I think we will all feel this one time or another. And I have to say that for the past 2 weeks or so, the frustrations that I was feeling were starting to get into a darker sort of tone or undertone. And these are the type of things that I don't typically talk about with my family or my friends. I just keep it to myself. And I'm not sure if that's necessarily healthy, but I kind of let it brew. I'm the type of person that will let my issues brew on the inside until one day they just come out, and I'm so angry, and it's just a bad way to deal with your emotions and to deal with your issues. So, when you start to feel these things, I think the first thing I would recommend is to actually talk about it. And talk about it with your family, talk about it with your friends. If you don't have anyone to talk about it with, find a community. For example, I know that there's quite a bit of you out there that will have these feelings, but if you were to go and talk with your parents, maybe they won't understand, or they might think it's a stupid thing to think about or to feel. And this is totally untrue. If you don't have that level of support, I would recommend finding a community like the art community, either on YouTube, DeviantArt, there's on Instagram. There's so many of us out there that have the same feelings, the same ambitions, the same goals in art. And I honestly can only tell you guys that there's so many out there that, they will support you, they will uplift you, they will give positive comments, they will give helpful critiques, and they will just generally be there for you. So I found that, interacting with a lot of you guys on Instagram and on Facebook and on even this YouTube channel, a lot of your comments have really helped and have really forced or pushed me into believing that I wasn't total, crap. I was not my art was worth at least something, and to just keep pushing. I think the biggest mistakes that we can do as an artist or as artists is to give up, and is to let these emotions and these thoughts, these negative emotions and thoughts, take control and basically completely overrule your desire and your wish to get better as an artist. I think it's so easy to start a hobby, to pick up the pencil, draw on paper and start to judge yourself and to think that like, oh my gosh, this looks horrible. Like, I'm not even gonna try anymore. I'm just gonna drop the pencil and that's it. Clearly, I'm not gifted as an artist. Like, these are pretty common things that you will go through when you first start drawing. And it's actually not even when you first start drawing. Like, you're gonna go through it quite often, and even as you continue progressing and you keep pushing, you will have these moments in your drawing journey where you're gonna like look at the stuff that you're doing and be like, this could be better. Like, this looks like garbage. Like, what am I doing? I'm clearly not gifted, yet I keep trying. Why am I wasting my hours on this? And these thoughts come and go. I had them for the past 2 weeks, and I haven't really been able to do much apart from, trying to physically push myself to keep at it because my sort of morale was so low. There are thankfully a few tips I can give you. The type of things that I do to get myself out of this emotional state. The first thing that I typically do is I get down to why I'm so frustrated. Why am I feeling this way? Why is everything starting to become negative? Like, I try to like look down inside to see like, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? I will tend to maybe write a list of things that are making me frustrated, and typically I find that the things that get me frustrated are the things that I need to improve on. For example, I want to find my style, I want to get better at the watercolor techniques, I want to be able to draw hands better. And I start to pinpoint, okay, this is what's making me frustrated, so therefore, I probably need to work on these things to make myself feel better and to improve quicker. The second thing I tend to do, and this is something that I typically do pretty much almost every day, is to get involved within the art community. So I mentioned on social media, Instagram is a huge bonus to this Instagram community. You can find a lot of really wonderful artists. You can communicate with these artists. You can then communicate with your own, not necessarily fan base, but followers. And you just... you can get a really good level of support from there. You can get really good ideals, concepts. You can see what other artists are doing. You can get inspired. And I think inspiration is key also to kind of digging yourself out of this emotional state, because I do find that hand in hand with the frustrations that I feel with my own level of skill, sometimes it also comes because I'm just not inspired and I just don't know what to draw anymore. And this in itself can also lead to the sort of frustrations that I typically feel. So what I tend to do is I just get into Instagram or DeviantArt, I take a look at photography, I take a look at other artists to see how they do their watercolor techniques. If I find something really beautiful, I will try to learn from it and try to see how I could maybe apply it to my own type of style. Because keep in mind, I am still looking for my style, and this is an ever-changing journey. So I'm hopefully on the right track. From what you're seeing me paint right now in the video, I think I'm on the right track, but again, I don't really know, guys. I don't really know. So getting inspired by other artists, seeing how they paint their techniques will definitely help you improve in your own art, I would say. And the third and last final tip sounds probably a little bit stupid, I would say, but it's actually something that really helps, and that is to just talk to yourself. I don't mean out loud, but like talking to yourself, because that kind of looks a little bit crazy, but I mean internally. Like, it's sort of meditative in a way where, you know, you're starting to feel negative, you literally feel yourself judging yourself, like, like this is so bad. In that point in time, you should just like stop yourself and be like, hey, like, just tell yourself, I'm still learning, this is totally fine, things will get better if I keep practicing. And just keep repeating that, and just, you know, just don't get so down on yourself. And talking to yourself will help turn those emotions around. It does work for me a lot, and it just kind of regrounds me or puts me back into a place where I'm like, hey, yeah, that's true. Like, I am learning. Like, why? I don't have to be so tough on myself all the time. And this is something that I had to learn over the past couple years, because prior to that, I was so negative about my own skill that it just really stopped me in my tracks to progress. So that's basically everything for this video. I hope you did like it. I do apologize if it was a little bit emo or emotional or down. It is sort of a diary video series anyway, so I am pouring out my heart and soul to you guys. Anyways, let me know in the comments below if you guys experience something similar, or basically what do you do to turn it around. I'd be more than willing to read your comments and see maybe there's something in there that could probably help me as well. That being said, I do wish you guys a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and we will see each other very soon. Bye!